Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Enslaved Odyssey to the West. So we're rushing to save the girl, Trip, while this giant robot dog enemy that we've just seen has fallen down a ravine, and we want to, and he's climbing out of that ravine to attack her, and maybe we just saw him in the corner of our eye. However, still be silly not to try to collect everything.
Oh, Monkey!
Trip!
Oh, Monkey was horrible!
Come on!
Oh, it was so horrible I could feel it breathing!
Come on!
Go!
Come on!
Monkey, right there, it's coming!
Come on!
So I feel like I should be pressing A.
Closer!
I missed something.
Faster, faster!
So you're in this chase sequence. The only way you would have gotten those things is by knowing they were there in the first place. It seems really unfair to have a game like this.
There. Quick!
Throw her up there, and that probably keeps her safe. Well, meanwhile, I'm gonna have to fight these guys.
It's in! It's in! Monkey, quick, get up here!
Nah. Forget it. Instead of quickly getting up there, I'm going to collect all of these. And that's got to show some just terrible programming on the first place, that I could just run circles around it and feel no danger whatsoever.
Trip, where are you?
I'm okay. Keep climbing.
Okay, I'm coming.
Monkey, I found a way out.
And this is one of those buildings that probably would have looked really nice before it was all destroyed. So she's over there. She can upgrade my things. Let me double check. Well, we can't upgrade. Health regen. I suppose I need to just continuously get my health regen up, because it's not regening anytime quickly. So that's an issue. And then also total health might be an issue. Let's get our total health up a couple and see if there's perhaps something else we could purchase. Maybe we should let's increase our firing rate. That probably would be nice too. And these increases in damage would probably be helpful. Yeah. Basically turning everything higher would be nice. I know this game is going to be a short game, a shorter experience than your normal AAA 60 hours at least of gameplay, which I'm not sure if you actually averaged all games and gameplay that would actually be the case ever, but yeah, I'm still having this feeling I will probably get all the upgrades done, like 3/4 of the way done with the game, which is fine. Now, if that's not the case and it goes the exact opposite direction, and you end up having to collect 100% of all these orbs in every chapter to get every upgrade, I really don't see any reason why I would want to do that. Also having a weird element in this, because we're seeing these flashbacks from the time before this apocalypse happened, and it seems like Monkey was there and just a normal human, like the real world, like a office worker. But if that's the case and there is some story trickery that's happening here, and this really isn't 150 years in the future, then how can the DLC that's set as a prequel happen before the events of this? They could only happen like maybe a year or two before the events of this. And this is like an opera house.
Monkey. That's a power cell.
I think these cutscenes that are in shadow work better.
Monkey, that is a power cell. It's too valuable to leave behind. Please, find a way to help me get up there.
Okay. Let's do this quick.
Here is an opportunity in the story for her to
Let me do a
just
scan.
command you to do something instead of asking you, and the story's better that she just asked.
There's the control room. I should be able to climb up the rubble. You'll need to clear the mechs before we can climb. Detecting a fault in that mech. I'll wait here for you.
So if there's a fault in one of the mechs, what does that mean? Like, what are you telling me by saying there's a fault in the mech? Can I hit it with a stun rod and get it to attack the others? Will it do all the work for me? I have a lot of these stun things, so there really isn't a reason not to try one stun shot on this guy. Let's just make sure we get a clean shot at him. Well, a stun would stun this guy. Let's see what happens. Oh no, fault means apparently that he's going to short himself out. New upgrades available.
Right. Let's get up to that power cell.
Health collected, which means the
We need
health.
to climb up this way.
Where are you? There you are. And so there's a elevator orchestra pit element. And then let's just look around and see if we can find everything. He moves a little too fast in some instances, but since most of the areas are also kind of empty areas, I don't really have a complaint I can make about that. You need to move fast half the time. Let's see. I'm looking around here to see if there's something to climb. Best I can tell, there isn't. Which I don't think that's right. I don't think that's accurate at all. Then up there, certainly some stuff to climb. And then what, you want me to throw you? I'll just carry her and put her down. Are there anything hidden behind the camera? We haven't seen any developments like that where the game is intentionally being difficult on us. Seems like you would be able to just jump down to the beam down below. But no. This is one of those games that would probably be decent to speedrun even without using glitches or anything like that because of its pretty consistent straight storyline paths. Is that electrified over there? Yes, it is. And what's the next step? I guess it is probably in your best interest for this game to just follow the story for a while until you're absolutely certain you're about to leave. This is a big area. It strikes me that there's going to be another fight in this area. And she's over there. So do I have to just carry her? Oh, I guess maybe I needed to throw her up. The game is getting more specific about that.
Throw me up.
Like, it wasn't really requiring us to carry her very often, which is a good thing because you don't ever want to be carrying a character. And this power cell looks like a...
Yes, there is a power cell in here. I just gotta find a way to disconnect it.
It looks like a solar cell.
Another of those glitches.
What'd you say, monkey?
Nothing. I'm gonna go check something out.
Okay, I think I can do this.
Well, I can't even do anything anyways
By an
while she's
lock.
playing.
So, I'll actually need to switch on the whole system in order to bypass it. It should only take a couple of minutes.
Let's hope we have a couple of minutes.
Well, it's this way. But I can't jump down. Is there any way? Like, I may again be just in the wrong place. Like, there may not be a way to jump down. There we go. Maybe these aren't memories of him. Maybe these are memories of other people he saw.
Shut the hell up.
I think one of them is inside. Oh God. What do I do? What do I do?
And there's an angel statue.
Trip, turn it off. Turn it off! What the hell are you doing?
Hologram. Like, why would you go with a hologram opera? So instead I'm going the other direction.
Monkey, I have an idea. There's a scaffold up there. I can drop it on the dog and trap it. Damn! It's not working. The mechanism is stuck. Monkey, you've got to get up there and unjam it. How the hell do I do that? If you line up the lighting rigs, you should be able to climb up.
So it's very puzzly, which is fine. I don't hate the idea of games being partially puzzle
Okay.
when beating a boss.
See those switches? They control the lighting rigs. There's 3 of them, and if you line them up with the scaffold, you should be able to get across.
And then we've got that angel, just coincidentally. Yeah, but how do I get to any of those things? Because I'm trying to press A right now, and that's not working. Let's see what this does.
That's it? But the 3rd set of lights are still down. You need to get all 3 lined up.
So now maybe I can make this jump.
Light following me around.
I don't know. It's part of this entertainment program. Can you get to the switch now?
And this is fine and all, but it's kind of dull.
You're nearly there.
But am I not going to now have to drop down or change something? And I think that the trick here would be to leave the one so I can come over here, come back over here, press this. Now all 3 should be aligned.
They're all lined up. You can climb up to the scaffold now.
And then jump this way. Considering how bad the boss fight was with the demolition robot, I'll take this if this really is the way we defeat him. But I'm not sure if it really is going to be this easy. And somehow that didn't electrocute him. Nor did it really seem like it electrocuted the dog. This is not dead, that's why.
At least we got the power cell. Let's get out of here before that thing breaks free.
Hey, wait. We can scan it.
Are you crazy? Scan the dog? It's not even dead.
Trust me.
So now he wants to scan it to make it easier to fight the dogs in the future.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
So we start with her not really trusting you and not doing what you said at the beginning, and at the end she does trust you enough to dangle her over the edge. And we're at chapter 5, the crash site. Like, I wouldn't totally put it past this game if they were planning to have a sequel, which I'm not sure Team Ninja ever really was intending to have a sequel to any of its games.
The crash site.
But
we're almost there.
like, if we got to a halfway
Get
point
across this bridge first.
and then it left it open for a sequel, that would be a really bad ending. But
let's go.
I'm not willing to completely eliminate that possibility from my mind.
Let's keep going.
One thing I guess we could do right now, even though we are getting a massive amount of whatever this currency, they never even told us what this was. It's still very expensive to upgrade things. So when we look at all of the upgrades, unless the idea is to, let's see, like, unless the idea is to play the game multiple times through, there's still a lot here. Let's see, I think increasing this wouldn't be a terrible idea. More shield, the better. These energy spheres probably are going to be like hover jump pads, if I was to guess. But this game can't turn into an open world.
I know how we're going to get across. My cloud works here.
What's that?
It's a cloud.
Doesn't look like a cloud.
Monkey King with his staff and his cloud.
Well, maybe a little like a cloud.
I'll be right back.
How does it work?
Dunno. All I know is it works some places and not in others.
It must be able to resonate with static EM fields of high enough concentration.
As I say, works some places and not in others.
Yeah. So can I get on it?
Sorry. Only room for one.
It's an electric surfboard. And when we hit those, we go faster. And
Monkey, I've got an idea.
we got some nice music
You can use
playing.
that crate.
Now this game can't be an open world game. Even if it was just going to be all open ocean and I was just going to collect a bunch of things. There's a certain, like, how far can we go here? Just leave her. Seriously? And so if you get too far away, you're gonna die, and there's no auto-saving, or not enough auto-saving. Let's go ahead and skip that. So don't get too far away from her or she'll just murder you. Or maybe they could phrase that slightly differently and write it as she's not killing you as much as she's...
Okay.
You're losing connection with her.
How does it work?
Dunno. All I know is it works some places and not in others.
It must be able to resonate with static EM fields of high enough concentration.
As I say, it works some places and not in others.
Yeah. So can I get on it?
Sorry. Only room for one.
And this feels like the only area that we're even gonna use this is some...
Monkey, I've got an idea.
Like,
Use that
we'll
crate.
probably use a boss fight on the ocean at some point. The irony here, of course, is if this was Journey to the East instead of Journey to the West, they could just ride this bridge out to sea. Like, just ride this river out to sea and travel to the east. But then again, I guess it did say this only works in some places, so there's a decent chance it would stop working. Honestly, that would have been better for this game if you wanted to make barriers for a device like this. I should just be able to fall in the water and then turn around. Press A to jump while using the cloud. Yeah, I figured that out. Let me ask this. Up, down on the D-pad does not disable it. So is there... I made that one. Now I made it. Deactivate the cloud with the right stick. Interesting. So, right stick activates and deactivates it. And it wouldn't be terrible if it turned out to be an ability you had throughout the rest of the game, or even in the previous parts of the game.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. That looks like a big jump I'm gonna have to make over there. And it's a shame you can't request a scan. Let's see. Bring out the cloud, and no longer do we have issues of there we go. That worked nicely, except for I missed some stuff. Can I jump over there, or like kind of breaking the flow of the gameplay at this point just to collect these things. And yeah, there's one down there I missed. This is a fun break. It's a little odd to have it right here in this point, of the gameplay because, like, we didn't really have a heavy, difficult fight with the dog. Instead, we were just doing puzzling. I suppose we've done a lot of puzzling recently.
Okay, get out of the way.
Okay, okay.
So can she climb up? Or is she just crossing a different position? I guess she's crossing at a different position. Let's see, did we miss? Like there's a item over here. Item over here. Item over here. Is there anything we're missing over on this side? Well, it doesn't seem like we're missing too much if we're missing anything. And yes, you can just, I suppose, disable your cloud rather quickly. Is there anything hiding? So we got the music going. We can use a cloud. We're in a nice open area. We're leaving Manhattan for probably some other suburb, I would guess. I don't know. I don't have Manhattan mapped in my head that well to know where we're going. Probably Brooklyn. This is probably the Brooklyn Bridge. That'd be the most recognizable. We've got some upgrades we could purchase, which are what? Increased ammo. Probably not a terrible idea to be able to hold as much ammo as possible. And that'll be all I can afford. And we're in Chapter 5. I am a little surprised that we've made it to Chapter 5 this quickly. But this is probably like a 12 chapter game. Which is to say each level is a chapter and it's 12 levels. Maybe even a little less than that. I would say at minimum 10. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.